lamp. I had it here earlier. Worst case, I gotta go and get... Confounded. It was here earlier. Okay. If it fell... There's not that many places it could fall. And I don't think I put it back in the window today. Did it fall in the crevice? Did it fall in the crack in the crevice, Artie Pants? Artie Pants. It's the mystery of the missing pyramid light. Can we find another one in the interim? I keep... Aha! You got it. See, the sun changed its trajectory. It's at a different place. It's at the end of the house. So now I put the lights down there. They're solar, so I charge them. Woo, always methods to my Margeness. It's not really madness. Anyway, so I thought I'd try this. It's the ginger ale, the Zia ginger ale. Let's see if it's more wow than the less wow I got with the root beer yesterday. Okay, where is that bottle opener? See, Mom used, from the time I was little, we didn't have a lot of stuff. We never had a lot of stuff, and space was at a premium, so it was always put it back in its place. Put it back in its place. And now I'm glad that's held true all these years, because now when I put things back in their place, when I go to look for them, there it is. And if it's not there, the only person I can blame is myself. That sucks. So today is a much better day than yesterday. Dang, I just like ginger ale, man. And that's gingery. That's like authentic gingery ale. Come on. Get up there, Nugget. Good boy. Good boy. Oh. It's been on started out at a peak. It was kind of a hard way to start the day, but it's settled down. And hey, man, every moment that I have that things are just chill, I'm just content in that, and just chill, and things just being okay. Because, man, spiky things, emergency events and things like that, man, it's like I'm getting too old for this stuff. Seriously. But it is a highly energetic day. It's a day that people are getting together and doing a lot of the same things and that they did last year, many in different places, but the heart space is still there. And I got to see my brother's family this morning, but it was right after Sassy was having a hard time, so the timing just was really sucked, man. It really just sucked. That's all that there is to it. But it's just how it is. They went on with their day. They're having they're hosting first time in their new house. They're hosting the dinner. So many people gather. See, I'm winding down. It's 4:30 in the evening. I'm ready to freaking sit and just listen to the laugh track or something like that. I'm ready to not. I'm ready to withdraw. My day is over, kind of thing. and people are just starting their stuff. And I just find it so fascinating how people spin their traditions, you know? It's just like, and then I know the booze is going to be flowing tonight, man. I just hope people hold their tongues. I just hope they don't say those things. I hope they just think them and they don't say them. I hope people do have practice restraint, you know, and that mostly people just have a good day. That's what I hope for people. People just have a decent day. That today today just doesn't suck for a lot of people, you know. And I'd love to see the communities getting together. There's this Facebook page that I'm a part of. It's like the Grateful. It's a ride share, you know, where a bunch of hippies just are like, hey, traveling with a pack, you know, a kid and a dog trying to get from here to here kind of thing. You know, you're going my way kind of thing. And oftentimes people are traveling. You know, I love the travelers. And you got to stay in the light side, though, because there's a lot of darkness in that world, too, though. You see, you can't be stupid about shit. There's a lot of freaking, like, fentanyl. People just spaced out. They don't even know what they're doing. They're just so dazed out. Zia ginger ale. There's no alcohol in it. Last night I wanted to booze it up so bad. Oh man, I wanted to booze it up. I was like, okay, I can get a bottle of whiskey, and then I can get a bunch of ales. That was even before I had this, and I like ginger ale a lot. You know, what do they call those? Or is that I don't know. Anyway, I didn't care. I just wanted to get faced. I was just very uncomfortable, and I wanted the uncomfortability to stop. But instead, I went in and I meditated, and I connected with Source instead, and I turned it over, and I woke up, and I didn't have a hangover, and I didn't do anything stupid. I don't have anything that I regret. And when I drink, that's not always the case, so I gotta be careful with that stuff. I don't hold my tongue and I have a hard time holding my tongue as it is. With the filters business as it is. So I'm gonna sneeze. It's that gingery. It was that gingery. Man. I've never had ginger ale the ginger ale. And I've eaten straight up ginger because of freaking sushi. It clears your palate. So I'd eat that stuff. So, but that's kind of weird. Anyway. 3 sneezes! Oh, look out! So what we got in the world of screenshots? I like to take screenshots throughout the day so I can talk about some bullshit that I see. Maybe somebody else has seen the same bullshit. Anybody else see the same bullshit? Oh, things aren't uploading. The weather was really bad here. Not yet. Was it yesterday or day before? So it's yesterday. It was like rainy all day, and it snowed in the mountains. So there's a really nice line at the mountains, like about midway, you know. So that all the ski valleys got freaking just dumped on. I don't know. See, they changed their interface. I liked it better when my pictures just were stored on my phone. But that's not the case anymore. So I know I had screenshots, but I guess I'm not supposed to talk about them today. I don't even really know what's going on in the world. It is nice to see people gather. It's nice to see people gather. Spend time together, you know? Because people don't know how... You don't know who's going to be here next year, you know? We're never, but it's always been like that. That's the thing. It doesn't matter to me the circumstances of which the narrative of what they're telling us is happening in the world. That's never directly impacted my life, really. Anything that they've said is happening out there. I mean, it kind of did, but I asked for it. I put myself in that position, and that I was like, oh, it's cool. I'll enlist. I'll do 6 years to go to college. Ain't nothing going on. And little did I know about the 19-year cycle at that time, so it's all freaking pageantry. It's all made up, man. I hope more veterans are waking up to that. That just, fess up. Just like, you know what? You were a part of some shit. And those of you that that were a part of some shit for 20 years and longer, you guys have a lot more to make up, to make up. You guys have got, all the mini fields, all the Maurice mini fields. You guys got a lot more makeup to do. Hopefully people are going to start open this whole next year. People are going to start realizing that, that it's caring about other people. That's what everybody wants to heal and fix everybody. But the ones that you got to really go in there and get after and heal, fix, they're not the ones that everybody wants to. But in order for this path to change, this earth to change, God, man, it's just saturated with such bullshit, man. I just think about how the streets are going to be lined with garbage of just bullshit. I just saw just like bullshit. Like, what is it? What is this stuff? And kids have like the attention span of a gnat. You know that? And the toys that they get, I never get freaking... In our stockings, we would get like a pack of sugar-free gum, an apple, and an orange. You know it? For a lot of years, and these kids are getting like these. It's just wow. Wow. Everybody wants to live in a virtual world, and who's going to be tech support for that virtual world? And who's going to keep all that stuff updated all the time? And who's going to keep buying all the stuff that you need to for it to work as it's supposed to? And all this crap, everybody get so caught up in this world of bullshit, they don't even know how to have a conversation with people in the same room with them, but they want to freaking meet up in weird meeting places in virtual world and all this stuff. Whatever, man. I'll be off in the mountains someplace. Huh, Ma? You want to go with me? Off in the mountains somewhere? Live in the mountains? Away from this nonsense? What? Oh, yeah, it snows in the mountains around here. That's for sure. But you don't go outside very much anyway, Ma. The sun, the skies have been all the same here lately. I want to thank some key folks in the world that we've met through this. DM, Mom's necklace looks real nice. We didn't put the bracelet on. The necklace looks real nice. It's really pretty. And I got a pocket knife. Another pocket knife. I got pocket knives that people try to mess with me. I got pocket knives I'm just kidding. I'm so slow, but like, give me a minute. I got one. You're gonna get it. Little pocket knife. I'm showing Mom. I'm like, so Mom, if they try to get you, you just get them in the eye, Ma. You just get them in the eye. They try to get you. I think about all the times I was cracking up I was crying first, but then I was laughing. I'm like, man, of all the times I could have ended up in the system, of all the times I could have been freaking just taken, when people weren't paying attention to where I was and what I was doing. I've always been divinely protected, though. I always have. And I've always had a pretty good sense about me. Like, stay away from that wackadoo. They're probably going to try and show you their private parts. I hate when people ruin life with that. Oh, I hope you go for your walk just to clear your slate. I hope you do. Yeah. I hope a lot of people are eating, like, good food. That's one thing that I do, miss out on about not being a part of a big family. And there are the years that I did the prime rib dinners and asparagus with Parmesan and, stuff like that. I was still eating by myself. So, today I made chicken and rice. That's why I called the video chicken and rice. Because I'm like, it's easy, it's nice. It's chicken and rice. Because I made it this morning because I didn't know what the day was going to hold. But I wanted to make sure Mom had some grazing food. Plus, there's so many snacks left over. There's plenty of snacks. There's still Moose Munch from the David and Henry basket. I'll probably eat another cookie here in a little bit. And then I'll freaking go into the David and Henry or Harry or whatever it's called and have some Moose Munch. And then there's a little bit of that decadent chocolate left. A little bit. See? Because it's everything in moderation. Although sometimes, like, I don't know. So that's why I don't, like, get a lot of pies and stuff like that. Because I'll eat a lot of pies. I eat my feelings. I'm really glad. And I feel good. And I'm happy. I'm happy. Pat on the back for me. That this year, like, we are in so much better standing than we were last year. We were just getting set up here. We're more comfortable now, I'd say. Whew. That was a stressful period last year. And now we're looking forward towards the next course, the next chapter in life, And it's kind of scary. A lot of people are looking at it, though. A lot of people can feel it, but they don't really kind of know, I don't think, that how their lives are going to change. But I don't know. I just know in 6 months we'll be in our forever home. And that's when I want people to start coming to visit and hang out. And I'll teach you how to make cookies yourself. It'll be fun. Just hang out, because people need people. And people, if they haven't found that this year, I think a lot of people, like, went into a weird isolatory place, a weird, like a lot of people on the planet went into, like, their own solitary confinement that they got to experience, like, what that whole feeling of isolation is. And people should be figuring out that life is better with other people in it. It's always good to have your own parts and places and quiet spots to retreat off into. But, and all those everyone that believes in God, I like the good orderly direction idea. But everyone that believes in God, just keep the song changed. So my whole train of thought changed. That's what happens. I'm an impressionable. My operating system is easily programmable. You want to stop me in my tracks? Benny's bark is like at a high whatever that is, like whatever. I have ear muffs and stuff like that I used to have from when I was on the flight line, and I still have my earplugs and all that stuff. I double up. I freaking poo, cause tones and stuff like that. Oh man, that stuff's no joke. You had a good ham and Hawaiian rolls and potato salad. That sounds like a good meal. And I know someone else that made ham steaks. They made ham steaks. Yeah, pie too. Need to get it out of the freezer. We got those little mini Yeah, there's all kinds of snacks and treats and stuff out around here. There is no deficit on food. I gotta make that salmon. I got some salmon that I took out of the freezer, and it's from Alaska. I need to make that, bake that, put that in the oven. I want to and the thing of it is like, oftentimes I got a lot of energy, but it's divided amongst things that I gotta do. And so I don't got a whole lot left over for a whole lot of extra these days until the circumstances change. Now, once we have a yard and I can open the door and be like, get out, dogs, that'll free up a lot of my time. And stuff like that. But until then, I gotta use my energy wisely. And so, like, I don't do a lot of extra for myself. I was realizing that today. And, like, because, like, in an example would be, Mom doesn't like mushrooms. She doesn't like the texture, I believe, right? You don't like the texture?
Oh, it's an uncomfortable feeling.
It's an uncomfortable feeling to eat mushrooms.
Yeah.
So, but I love them. I love stuffed mushrooms. I love baked mushroom. I like mushrooms on like pizza, baked, when they're all shriveled up. I like mushrooms. And so I thought that's one thing that I could do in like a little self-care for me, is because I haven't made myself mushrooms in years. I love mushrooms. I remember mushrooms and garlic and mushrooms, and just some butter sauteed. Oh my goodness. So that's what I'm going to do. Next time I go to the market, if I remember, I got to put it on the list. Yeah. Gotta put it on the list, make some salmon, put some butter on it. I should have got some dill, something like that. I'll just put some Mrs. Dash. It has all the seasoning on it to begin with. Oh, ginger ale. Drink local. Whatever. So I hope a lot of people are having a good night. I hope a lot of people... Just now the sun's going down, man. That's when the spirits start coming out. Notice this. If you're around people, and whether you're partaking or not. See, I was in AA a number of years, and that just kind of ruins drinking. And so, but anyway... I ain't into it. Like, I don't think it just doesn't have it's just not as fun. And so, and plus, like, once you've gotten to the point where you've drank yourself sober a few times, and I just make choices that are not conducive to my environment. That's funny. That didn't work out too well for Jessica. She tried to grow a plant and it didn't grow too well, but and I won't get to grow any this year because I'm not going to I'm going to hang on and then get to know the lay of I'm ready to step back into like some of these modern conveniences that we haven't had in the last few years, It puts you in a level of empathy that not a lot of people have had, But we'll see it once their hearts change more, once people start making up for reconciling, I think about all these people they're freaking gazillionaires, man. So many people, more money than God, retired fucking colonels and shit like that just get gazillion, just every month, from just killing people, and they're gonna give back, I think, because see, at some point, that's why I remember, because I've sat through a lot of classes and a lot of courses. Anything, and they had bulletins, come sit, get a, sit through this and learn about this. And a lot of them had to do with suicide prevention and things like that, and mental health awareness and all this stuff. And I remember, hearing a lot of the officers, they freaking off themselves, And my take on it, and I could be wrong, my take on it is they see, how good they had it, and it was just all bullshit. And then they start, they're starting to be haunted by the spirits in their bottles of scotch or whatever, and freaking constantly reminded of the souls and the lives that they took because they could, all because they could. It's just such a, So I think so for me, the era from like 2000, anybody after that, you're in the military, you done 20 years, you sucking Uncle Sam's frickin', you getting just doing it for, it's like the fast food. There's like no different than people went fast food. They just went to military. They just went inside to kill people for money instead of flipping burgers, because if you break it down, they get paid the same. So, anyway. I should probably get going anyway. I've been running my mouth near long enough. It's buffering. I think there are clouds overcast, and we are supposed to get snow.
Tonight?
Overnight tomorrow. But we didn't get much of this, but it is definitely all around us. And there is a chill in the air. Benzos. You comfy dough, Benno? Just Marge. Benny the good boy, Marge. Best friendy, Benny Toady Inny. Minnie. He's all balled up over. It makes it all worthwhile. All the stress, all the is when I look at these little critters and Benny. We got Lunatico. Lunatico, she's so pretty. She's a good girl. Huh? She's a pretty lady. And Benno. You good boy. So I'm glad that I am making better, healthier choices than I was this time last year. Because this time last year, I was drinking my feelings a lot. By way of like, I was putting a lot of creamer in my coffee and stuff like that. And so, I'm not making those same decisions this year. I am drinking a cup of coffee every now and again in my coffee press, but it's like basically it's like a mix of decaf and some like Kroger off-brand gingerbread flavor, just like French vanilla in Folger World. It's the same thing. So anyway, all in all, I know yesterday for me was a hard day, and that's how things are, man. That's how energy is, man. Sometimes energy is just really uncomfortable, and I'm such a sensitive being. I'm one of those people that feels too much and is so too sensitive and emotional and all that. I'm one of those. More and more people are gonna get their chance to be like me. That was my first official hair flip ever in the world, ever, of all time. So, anyway, thanks for hanging out, Jessica. Go for your walk. There's a guy that went for a walk. I don't know if he was looking for a shortcut. He came into the yard. He was like, oh. Then he kind of meandered through. Fentanyl, man. Oh, that stuff's a killer. And just kind of popped out. So, anyway, there wasn't much more to it than that, though. It's pretty quiet around here, I think. Don't say that, Marge. Don't say that. You know better.